Hello and welcome to Box, where we unbox, review and demonstrate the latest tech. Today we have with us the Samsung Q950A soundbar system. Relatively new to the market, this is one of the 2021 soundbars in Samsung's repertoire that holds the latest features for a stunning sound setup. The idea behind it is that you transform your living space into your own personal home cinema by placing speakers around the room for a fuller, well-distributed sound output that better immerses you into the latest movies, TV shows and games. First off, you'll notice it comes in quite a large box. Now opening it up, you'll find the soundbar itself in the very top, but this isn't the only speaker in the set. This full sound system also comes with two up-firing rear speakers and a large subwoofer to achieve that full surround sound experience at its peak. So these are your rear speakers, but for the time being I'm just going to place them beside the TV, but essentially they're meant to sit either behind or beside your seating area to display sound evenly around the room. Now this is your subwoofer. It's rather a large speaker, but it works best on the ground, so you can feel the bass across the entire room. Apart from this, you won't really find many other accessories apart from the remote and some helpful setup guides, as well as your power cables. Every speaker needs its own power source, thus the 4 power cables provided. But once you've found a good home for every speaker, you're set up and ready to go. What's great about this system is every speaker is technically wireless in this sense. But as for connecting each speaker to the TV, the only one that directly connects is the main soundbar, leaving the other speakers free to place anywhere you see fit. So let's take a look at the soundbar itself. On the bottom, you'll find a power connection on the end, ID set and network buttons for manual connection if you lose link to the surrounding speakers, a service USB connection, and a series of soundbar to TV connections. Depending on your desired connection method, you get 4 options here: a digital optical output, 2 HDMIs, and an eARC connection, which I'll use to connect to the Q800A in this video. I found that the soundbar fit easily under the TV thanks to the large flat base and 65-inch size on this particular model. This soundbar measures roughly 48.5 inches long, but always consider what type of stand your TV has before considering the Q950A, as it's quite large. But if you don't quite have enough space, there are 2 wall mounting brackets in the box just in case you need it. As a side note, do be careful when placing the soundbar, as you don't want to cover the remote sensor for the TV. This isn't too much of a problem with the latest Samsung models, as the sensor sits on the side as opposed to the regular center spot. Just looking at the setup, the design is pretty inconspicuous with that all black design that fits into any space. As the speakers have outputs on multiple sides, it's covered in this soft mesh fabric that feels sturdy. It is a bit of a magnet for fluff, but it brushes away easily enough. There are a few subtle Samsung logos throughout, so the branding isn't too prominent, but it still holds that statement Samsung look. The soundbar houses a few manual buttons and a small display in the top on the center. It has an on-off switch, volume controls, and a mute button for quick access. But in the middle, you can easily see what settings you have active and what mode you're switching to with this scrolling mini display. It's quite dim, but you can see it from a sharp angle, and it shows which settings you're changing directly rather than using an app or opening a menu on the TV. It has a good range of modes available to help the system adapt to the content that you want to watch. I know the adaptive sound does a good job in the background already, but changing the settings to game mode, for example, allows the speaker to instantly recognize a specific output for a much easier transition. This full surround sound setup is designed to replicate a 3D sound experience, and to achieve that, Samsung have developed a series of smart features that work in harmony with the space that you have. Speaking of wireless hands-free tech, the Q950A has Bluetooth as standard, but if you don't want to rely on that alone, Apple AirPlay and Samsung Tap also work to help play music from other devices. The soundbar appears on your phone just as any other connection device would, and if you need to pair via Bluetooth, simply initiate pairing mode to make it visible, and it should connect instantly. But if you're not fully invested in using your smartphone, Samsung have ingeniously included Amazon Alexa into the device, so you can directly control the speakers using only your voice. Now, not everyone trusts a voice-activated device, as accents and dialects heavily affect how well Alexa understands you. But I tried it out a few times, even with the volume on the TV up quite loud, and it picked up my voice pretty well through all of that noise, which is good to know. I mainly found it useful when turning down the volume without reaching for the remote, and asking it to play my music on command instead of trawling through menus. It also means that there's one less device cluttering up your home. It's just another brilliant way of saving space and keeping that minimalistic look. If, like me, you live in a busy area or have a lively home, you may find yourself changing the volume a lot just to hear what's going on in the show that you're watching. Of course, this speaker can help with that, as the minds of Samsung have developed the active voice amplifier mode coupled with SpaceFit Sound Plus to completely work around any disruptive noises that come your way. These features work by utilising the smart sensors within the speaker, understanding the space and the background sounds within the room, and adapting the volume to keep that nice consistent sound. So the active voice amplifier mode works by using the designated center speaker to channel the altered sound directly to you. You won't find this feature in any other soundbar out there, as this is exclusive to Samsung tech, making it one of the most unique sound systems on the market right now. So SpaceFit Sound Plus is another great AI feature that analyzes the space around you to make sure that you get the best sound quality from your new setup. Using equalizer tech, it measures the space and optimizes the output enough to bounce off the surrounding furniture. Now, as this is a new tech, you will need to have one of the latest Samsung displays from the Q70 model and up. We are using the Q950A here today, and this setup began working instantly once connected with little effort from me. The benefit of having Samsung exclusive tech is that everything works easily with each other. With a Q-Symphony compatible device, the sound doesn't just come from the surround sound speakers, it also comes from the TV, adding more speakers to the mix for sound output from every possible angle. It's another automatic feature, and as long as you have the TV connected using either HDMI or optical connections, it works instantly and you can choose which sound option you want from the settings menu on the TV. On top of all of this, it's also compatible with Dolby Digital and DTS:X inputs, delivering that ultimate surround sound system to the next level for breathtaking sound. Now, we don't want to miss out on showing you what these speakers can do for your gaming experience. Samsung have thought about it by tailoring it nicely to put out stunning game sound no matter what you're playing. The bass on the engine as I tore through the streets in Forza Horizon 4 was excellent, and with the additional speakers it was even easier to hear enemies behind me when playing Gears of War, because of those handy adaptive sound features throwing the sound all around me. Overall, my favourite use for these speakers has to be watching those loud cinematic movies. I thoroughly enjoyed blasting out my favourite iconic scores because it sounded incredible and perfectly balanced. So generally, I found this sound system a crowd pleaser when transforming my living room space into a cinematic space. The clarity was amazing, mainly thanks to its adaptive sound throwing features, but also for the ability to spread the sound output across the room using various speakers. I like doubling the soundbar up as a speaker for my music, giving it more than one purpose. I feel that this speaker setup has so much potential, and I can't wait to see what else it can do in the long run. So what do you think about the Samsung Q950A soundbar system? Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to Box, where we have plenty of hands-on reviews on the latest tech. And as always, thanks for watching.